Parade Marshal Kathy Hawk brings him out for tonight's first race. Here's the field. The one is Belle Coupege on by Kenneth Briggs with Sandy Beatty. Two I'm a She on by Delbert Blevins with Brian Holton. Three Quite a Strike on by the Indian Springs Farm with Adam Rucker. Four is Leonard Eplin's My Lady Lancer, Bob Harper the driver. Five is Sculpted on by B.L. Conway with Mark Evers. Six is Prudy's Magic Trick on by Chad Linkus with Kevin Sizer. Seven is Winning Polly on by Wagner and Hathaway Jr. Sean Barker. The 8-horse Gragiston is owned by Margaret Haller with Justin Hall. Alongside the 9, JK's Dazzler owned by Richard Schultz with Randy Tharps. And number 10 is Bobby De Niro, owned by Boroff and Schoonover with Steve Boroff driving. Post time for the first race is in less than 6 minutes. Full field of 10 lining up for the start of tonight's first race at Scioto Downs. And they're off. My Lady Lancer is out fast with Sculpted from alongside. Quite a Strike gets away third. Prudy's Magic Trick driving up there from fourth. Belle Coupege shoots through at the inside fifth, followed by Bobby De Niro sixth. JK's Dazzler ranging up from way out wide. Then it's two farther back to I'm a She. Then two more to Winning Polly and Gragiston. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time, it's Bob Harper and My Lady Lancer. They show the way. Prudy's Magic Trick on the outside second as they race past the opening quarter in 28 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time, My Lady Lancer now being challenged by Prudy's Magic Trick. They are on even terms. Sculpted just in behind the top pair, racing in third. Gap of 5, JK's Dazzler is fourth. Then it's about 7 lengths back to Quite a Strike, followed by I'm a She on the outside. Bobby De Niro. Belle Coupege is under a tight hold inside the cones there. He's faltering. And then it's Winning Polly and Gragiston. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, My Lady Lancer maintains the lead 3 parts of a length. Prudy's Magic Trick on the outside is beginning to tire off in second. 56-4 for the half, pretty taxing. 28-4 in the second split. My Lady Lancer has the lead. My Lady Lancer by a length and a half, Sculpted in the pocket second. Prudy's Magic Trick trying to hang in there gamely, but is now beginning to tail off in third. Gap of 5 lengths farther back to JK's Dazzler. Outside, I'm a She gets underway with 8 to make up. Quite a Strike is next, followed by Winning Polly. Then to the inside, Bobby De Niro and Gragiston, far back, Belle Coupege. They're at the 3/4, and My Lady Lancer takes him there in 1:27 flat. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's My Lady Lancer now by 3 lengths. Sculpted is racing in second, then a long gap of 7 back to a tired Prudy's Magic Trick, and I'm a She's trying to come on, but she's got about 12 to make up on My Lady Lancer, who turns for home with a 4-length lead. It's My Lady Lancer widening to 5 lengths. Sculpted is second. Prudy's Magic Trick trying to hold on to third, but this one is all My Lady Lancer in the opener. My Lady Lancer 4 clear, Sculpted second, Prudy's Magic Trick third. Get the job done tonight. First win in 10 tries for the 3-year-old daughter of Nuclear Siren from Highly Recommended by Handsome Sum, owned and trained by Leonard Eplin of Columbus. My Lady Lancer clocks the mile in 1:58.1. 4.5 exact at $21.40, and the try 4.56, 58.40. Rundown for the first, Belle Coupege was 10th. I'm a She was 4th. Quite a Strike 8th. My Lady Lancer the winners. Sculpted was 2nd. Prudy's Magic Trick 3rd. Winning Polly was 6th. Gragiston 5th. JK's Dazzler 9th. Bobby De Niro was 7th. Rundown from the top is 10-4-8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 9, 7. No changes in the upcoming second race. Exact and trifecta wagering. Post times in 12 minutes at 7:03. Express on by John Nelson Perrin with Darren Mauser. 2 Chase and Jenna's owned by Edwards and Kelly, Kevin Sizer. Number 3 Miss Iceman is owned by Keith Justice, he drives. 4 Nuke Skylark is owned by Ron Barker with Sean Barker. Number 5 Kathleen Prickett's CIKG and Tom Prickett in the sulky. 6 George's Gypsy Rose owned by Howard Millington with Brad Handers. 7 horses Nuclear Dawn owned by Charles E. Brown with Randy Tharps. The 8 is Party Pam, owned by Asher Racing, Mike Wilder. 9, Tucson Lil, owned by Miller and Roth, Mike Roth. And 10, Definition Lady, owned by Pablo Pagan with Sean McLeese. Post time is in less than 7 minutes. And they're off. It's George's Gypsy Rose out fast for the lead with CIKG just to her inside. CIKG grabs command. George's Gypsy Rose driving up from second. Tiffany's Express along the inside is third. Next up, it's Nuke Skylark Racing in fourth. Definition Lady is fifth alongside. Now that's Nuclear Dawn taking a seat in sixth. Then it's too farther back to Chase and Jenna, Miss Iceman, Party Pam, and Tucson Lil. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time, Brad Hanners drives George's Gypsy Rose to the top in 28 2/5. Passing the stands for the first time, George's Gypsy Rose opens up by 2 on CIKG. Tiffany's Express races third, followed by Nuke Skylark at tight fourth. Definition Lady is fifth. First up, there goes Nuclear Dawn from 6. Live cover for Chase and Jenna in 7th. Miss Iceman is off the cones, followed by Party Pam, and Tucson Lil is into the outer flow. 6 on the inside, 4 on the outside. The field's covered by about 7 lengths as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole with George's Gypsy Rose showing the way. George's Gypsy Rose, CIKG, Nuclear Dawn continues to advance in a minute and 1/5. Pretty leisurely, 31 and 4 in the second split for George's Gypsy Rose, who leads him up the backside. Nuclear Dawn works her way in a second. CIKG is a snug third. Second over, Chase and Jenna, just 2 off the pace in fourth. Tiffany's Express is locked in fifth, alongside Miss Iceman is trying to get into gear from 6, but gapping just a bit. Nuke Skylark is pinned down to the cones. Tucson Lil to the outside with Definition Lady, and Party Pam has dropped back, is not doing enough, about 8 lengths behind. On the inside, George's Gypsy Rose, stiff challenge from Nuclear Dawn, who puts her head in front. 1:29 and 4, up to a 29 and 3/3 split. Moving to the top of the stretch, Nuclear Dawn takes over command. George's Gypsy Rose tries to fight back in second. Here's Sizer and Chase and Jenna trying to launch a 3-wide bid, and they're in the stretch. It's Nuclear Dawn on top. Chase and Jenna's closing well in the center of the course. George's Gypsy Rose is dropping back at the inside with CIKG. It's Nuclear Dawn. Here's Chase and Jenna on the outside getting up. Nuclear Dawn and CIKG third. Chase and Jenna back in the winner's circle. Second win of the season for the 5-year-old bay mare by Dare You To from Courageous Lori by Captain Courageous, so by Kenny Edwards and Charles Kelly. Kenny Edwards trains Kevin Sizer in the bike, 1:59 and 4, new lifetime mark. 2.7 exact, a 1:06.80. Try 2.75, 1,394.40, and the daily double 4.2, 86.20. By Glenn Prestonati. Dave Hawk is in the bike. 2 Roman Stoic, go by Mark Laffin with Darren Mauser. 3 My Boy Scooter, owned by Everett and Fayetta Patrick, Randy Tharps. Number 4 is Mr. Taxman, owned by Doug Luff with Kevin Sizer. 5 Magnetic is owned by Kaplinger and Kaplinger, Bob Harper. The 6 is Tyler Leo, owned by Dennis Sheehan with Elliot Deaton. Number 7 is Sandman Scooter, owned by Weatherby and Shelton. Jimmy Shelton drives. The 8 is Instead of Red, owned by Dan Ryan with Jamie Dunlap. Number 9, Doobie, is owned by David and Judy Horn, Brad Hanners. And off the second tier is the 10, Rutherford Behave, owned by Cromer and Kincaid, Mike Wilder. Post time for the third race is in less than 5 minutes. You have less than 5 minutes. To the backstretch and approaching the start. And they're off. Povard comes away well for the lead. From alongside is Roman Stoic. There's Sandman Scooter from the outside as they sort themselves out. It's Povard on top of the field. Sandman Scooter driving up early from second. Roman Stoic is third. Mr. Taxman settles into fourth. My Boy Scooter is fifth. Doobie alongside moves forward from sixth. Next up, it's Rutherford Behave, and then 2 more back to Magnetic. Another length and a half back to Tyler Leo, and Instead of Red trails. They wheel by the opening quarter in 28 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Jim Shelton and Sandman Scooter on top, but here's Hawk and Povard to retake. And Povard tries to take back the lead, has to work for it there, but grabs command of the wire with 5/8 to go. Sandman Scooter back to second. Doobie on the outside is soon to be uncovered from third, followed by Roman Stoic fourth. Mr. Taxman second over fifth. My Boy Scooter is racing in sixth, followed by Rutherford Behave and Magnetic. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Povard shows the way. Povard just over length through the half in 58 1/5. Heading up the backside, Povard just over length. Doobie on the outside puts his nose in front of Sandman Scooter for second. Second over is Mr. Taxman, now going out 3 wide from fourth. Then it's Roman Stoic racing in fifth. My Boy Scooter alongside moves up from sixth. Next in line is Rutherford Behave. Magnetic advances on the outside with Tyler Leo, who's 7 lengths behind it instead of Red. They're on their way to 3/4. Povard on the inside gives way to Mr. Taxman. 3/4, 1:27 3. Moving to the top of the stretch, Mr. Taxman now by 3/4 of a length draws off and clears the rail. Povard is back to second. Doobie along the inside is third. My Boy Scooter between horses fourth. Tyler Leo has pace with 6 to make up, and they're in the stretch. It's Mr. Taxman drawing away by 5-6 lengths. Povard under the whip in second. Tyler Leo closing on the outside with Doobie at the inside, but it's all Mr. Taxman pacing strong to the wire. Mr. Taxman, Tyler Leo, Povard, and Matt Nedick. And Mr. Taxman and Kevin Sizer are back in the winner's circle. This one's a 5-year-old son of Cam Fella from Anti-Missile by No Nukes. Owned and trained by Doug Loff of Springfield, Ohio. First win in 5 starts on the season, 156 4. Mr. Taxman. Here they are for tonight's 4th race. The one is David Franklin's Rocky Raccoon and David Hawk. 2 Out of Town is owned by Harriet Fount with Justin Hall. 3 Diamond Flight owned by George Conklin with Kevin Sizer. 4 Stevie Ray Vaughan is owned by William and Sharon Worley with Chip Noble. There's the 5, the Falcon Factor, owned and trained by Robert Grover with Mike Wilder. 6 is Rocked, owned by James Hoffler with Bob Harper. And the 7 is Carbotrap, owned by Michael Fisher of Delaware. Paul Ungashik is the driver. Less than 6 minutes. For the 4th race. Go. And they're off. Out of Town is Out Fast on the inside, along with Rocky Raccoon. From the outside is Rocked with Carbotrap. Then it's 3 farther back to the second flight. Stevie Ray Vaughan alongside the Falcon Factor. And Diamond Flight is the early trailer, about 8 behind, moving to the top of the stretch. Out of Town on the inside. On the outside, Carbotrap. And Carbotrap goes on with it. Out of Town back to second, followed by Rocky Raccoon in third. Rocked is moving up on the outside fourth, followed by Stevie Ray Vaughan, the Falcon Factor, and Diamond Flight. They're by the quarter. It was fast, 27 seconds flat. And from the outside, Carbotrap took the lead, but here's Rocked and Bob Harper. And Rocked wants the top. Carbotrap hanging him up early under the wire with 5/8 to go. Out of Town, 2 lengths farther back in third, followed by Rocky Raccoon fourth. 3 more to Stevie Ray Vaughan. The Falcon Factor gets underway, and Diamond Flight is still about 8 off the pace. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Carbotrap on the inside, Rocked on the outside. Carbotrap will not give up the top spot. 56 4 as they head up the backside. It's Carbotrap and Rock doing battle, and there goes Rocky Raccoon out 3 wide with a bid from third. Out of Town along the inside fourth. The Falcon Factor also sent 3 wide, 2 off the pace in fifth. 2 more to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Diamond Flight gets underway as they make their way towards the far turn. It is Rocky Raccoon with the lead, 3/4 of a length. Carbotrap is hanging that one up, and it's those 2 for the lead. The Falcon Factor just in behind, racing in third. Out of town between horses, drops back fourth. Way out wide, Diamond Flight's not doing enough. Stevie Ray Vaughan's making progress at the cones. 126 and 2. Moving to the top of the stretch. They're 3 wide as they move for the top of the lane. And the Falcon Factor grabs the lead. Rocky Raccoon could not sustain his bid. Carbo Trap is dropping back. Way out wide is out of town. They're in the stretch, and the Falcon Factor now begins to edge clear. It's the Falcon Factor by 5 lengths. Stevie Ray Vaughan shoots up the inside for second, followed by Out of Town, but it's the Falcon Factor. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Out of Town. Returning to the winner's circle, the Falcon Factor. First win in 11 starts this season. The Falcon Factor breaks maiden in 157 and 1. This is a 3-year-old black gelding by Falcon Sealster from Manor Black Magic by Meadow Skipper, owned and trained by Robert Grover of Baltimore, Ohio. Mike Wilder in the bike. 5-4 exact at $56.20, and the triple 5-4-2, $218.80. One is Paliopido Tom, owned by Kleinman in center, Tom Lovely. 2 is Esther Crownover's Crown Time Fairski, Kevin Sizer, the driver. 3 is Carry the Ribs, owned by Philip and Susan James with Roy Wilson. 4, Glenn Congrove's Action Time, Jerry Kuchback Jr. 5, Speedway Overpass, owned by Schultz and Fishbaugh, Bob Harper. 6, Pretty Perfect is owned by Robert Dale Bicker with Dave Hawk. 7, Total Speed, owned by Robert Householder, Mike Wilder. The 8-horse Phantasma is owned by Susan Richardson, Dick Richardson Jr. 9, Walk with Rhythm, owned, trained, and driven by Doug Hunt. And the 10 is Self-Imposed, owned, trained, and driven by Al Gobble. Less than 6 minutes. Trotters in the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. Crown Time Fairski and Self-Imposed both spotted the field a few lengths. Action Time is off stride, and it's Paliopido Tom who grabs the lead from the inside. Between horses, that Speedway Overpass moving up in second. Total Speed, the far outside, is third, followed by Crown Time Fairski, who got away well in fourth. Then it's 2 farther back to Self-Imposed. Another 3 more to Pretty Perfect. Gap of 3 back to Carry the Ribs. Alongside Action Time is back trotting. And then it's 2 more to Walk with Rhythm, and Phantasma is the trailer. They're by the opening quarter in 28 4/5, passing the stands for the first time. And it's Bobby Harper and Speedway Overpass. They show the way by 2 lengths. Paliopido Tom tracking the leader in the pocket second. Crown Time Fairski is a snug third, followed by Self-Imposed fourth. Then it's Total Speed fifth. Carry the Ribs rolling up on the outside from sixth, followed by Action Time, Pretty Perfect, and Phantasma with Walk with Rhythm. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Speedway Overpass continues to front the field. Paliopido Tom sticking right with him through a half in a minute and 2/5. Carry the Ribs driving up on the outside third, followed by Crown Time Fairski to the inside fourth. Action Time caught on the outside and gapping the cover fifth. Next up is Self-Imposed, who's pinned to the cones. 2 more to Total Speed. Alongside is Phantasma, who's not doing enough, about 7 lengths behind. Then 2 more to Pretty Perfect, and the 3-year-old filly Walk with Rhythm. They're on their way to 3/4 on the inside Speedway Overpass, taking strong pressure from Carry the Ribs. They're in tandem in 130 flat. Moving to the top of the stretch, Speedway Overpass fights back to regain the lead. Carry the Ribs begins to drop back between horses second. There goes Paliopido Tom, now out there 3 wide from third. Crown Time Fairski shot through the gap in fourth, and they're in the stretch. Speedway Overpass now by 2.5 lengths. Crown Time Fairski going to try to take a shot at the leader, followed by Self-Imposed, but they're not going to get to Speedway Overpass. Speedway Overpass, Crown Time Fairski, and Paliopido Tom. Season second straight for the 4-year-old son of Overcomer from Speedway Parley by Coleman Lobel. Owned by John Schultz and Kenneth Fishbaugh, trained by John Schultz. Bob Harper in the bike. Speedway overpass in 1:59, good for a new lifetime mark. Trophy being presented by Cap Gemini, and we welcome them all to the races tonight here at Scioto Downs. Was 9th and Self-Imposed was 4th. Rundown from the top of your program is 3, 2, 5, 8. Here they are for the 6th. The 1 is Redneck Camo by Lisa Parkinson with Ryan Holton. 2, Rhonda Band owned by Richard Steimel with Dave Hawk. 3 is Karen and Richard Graham's RK's Primetime. Don Feaster drives. The 4 is Scratch. The 5 is Dr. Jones owned by John Kelly and James Jones of Kentucky and Tennessee. Kevin Sizer. Number 6, Jewel Fresh Hour's Bermuda Scooter. Mike Wilder does the driving. 7 is Hebe, owned by Dan Ader with Kyle Ader. The 8 is J.R. Ritchie, owned by Ruth Kelly Barnes with John C. Barnes. And the 9 is Executor Hanover. And with the Bad Boys stable with Sandy Beatty. Less than 6. Starting gate is rolling for tonight's 6th race. It's post time. Field of 8 moving through the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off. It's Dr. Jones out fast for the lead with RK's Primetime. Redneck Cam shoots through at the inside with Bermuda Scooter from the center. Rhonda Ben gets away racing in 5th. Hebe alongside 6th. And the pair of trailers, J.R. Ritchie and Executor Hanover. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time on the inside. Dr. Jones, there's Redneck Cam. And Redneck Cam and Ryan Holton grab the top. They open up by 2 lengths. Dr. Jones is 2nd. Bermuda Scooter 3rd, followed by RK's Primetime and Rhonda Ben. Single file to the quarter in 28 3. Passing the stands for the first time, it is Redneck Cam showing the way. Redneck Cam by 2 lengths. Dr. Jones in the pocket 2nd, Bermuda Scooter 3rd, gap of 3, RK's Primetime closes up the gap in 4th, 2.5 to Rhonda Ben, followed by Hebe, who looks to angle to the outside, then 2 more to J.R. Ritchie, and Executor Hanover gets underway, about 8 behind. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Redneck Cam showing the way. Redneck Cam leads him past the half, just in front of Dr. Jones in 59 2, 30 4 on the second split for Redneck Cam, who now opens up by 2 again. Dr. Jones 2nd, followed by Bermuda Scooter 3rd, 2.5 back. RK's Primetime is not doing enough. Hebe is trying to make up some ground in his gear about 7 lengths behind. Next is Rhonda Ben, followed by Executor Hanover and J.R. Ritchie. They're on their way to 3/4. Redneck Cam shows the way. It's Redneck Cam 1.5 lengths. Dr. Jones sticking right with the leader, nose to helmet in 2nd. Bermuda Scooter's 3rd in 1:28 3. Moving to the top of the stretch, Redneck Cam on top. Redneck Cam just over a length. Dr. Jones is 2nd. There's Bermuda Scooter launching a bid from the 3-hole, 5 farther back to Hebe as they make their way into the stretch. It's Redneck Cam on top. Redneck Cam just over a length. Dr. Jones dips to the inside. Bermuda Scooter to the outside. It's Redneck Cam game and fighting back. Dr. Jones on the inside. Redneck Cam breaks maiden is just his 2nd lifetime start. Redneck Cam, Dr. Jones, and Bermuda Scooter. Redneck Cam fights off the challengers, returns to the winner's circle. First win in 2 starts, 1:56 3. Strong close there. Redneck Cam, a 4-year-old son of Cam Bess, out of the Nero Mare Minova, owned by Lisa Parkinson, trained by Scott Parkinson. Ryan Holton in the bike. Upcoming 7th race is up next. Trifecta and Exacta Wagering. Kane Kaufman drives the 2 Grand 2 Boy. Post time in less than 14 minutes at 8:36. Here they are for the 7th. 1 Classy A&I owned by Arlington Rhodes Jr. Bob Harper. 2 Grand 2 Boy owned by Brumbaugh and Bixler, Kane Kaufman. 3 Hurricane Sam owned by the Walgrove Stables with Del S. Miller. 4 Search for Gold owned by Boehm Napoleon Franklin, Jack Franklin. 5 Tucson's Bad Boy owned by Larry and Deborah Sears, Mike Wilder. 6 Mr. Cooper owned by Ron Wallace with Chip Noble. 7 Spring Traffic owned by Robert Burns with Sandy Beatty. 8 Adam Quaiton is owned by Herbert Spearman, Dave Hawk. 9 Wheat Collector owned by Lana Sturgill Pollock and Sarah Rader, Kevin Sauser. And the 10 is Kenny Tomar owned by Reed Long and Long. Brad Hanner's post time is in less than 7 minutes. There they go. And they're off and pacing. Classy A&I is out fast for the lead with Tucson's Bad Boy from the center. Way out wide is Wheat Collector, followed by Kenny Tomar, who gets away racing in 4th. Grand 2 Boy settles in a 5th. Gap of 3 back to Hurricane Sam, followed by Search for Gold, Mr. Cooper, and then it's Spring Traffic and Adam Quaiton. Field covered by about a dozen as they move to the top of the stretch. Wheat Collector hard driven to the top. Wheat Collector by 2 lengths. Tucson's Bad Boy is second. They're through an opening quarter in a quick 27 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Kevin Sizer and Wheat Collector. They show the way by 2. Here's Wilder and Tucson's Bad Boy looking to retake. Gap of 5 back. Classy A&I races third. 2 more. Kenny Tomar is 4th. Followed by Grand 2 Boy. Gap of 5 back to Search for Gold. Mr. Cooper is passing Hurricane Sam. Then 3 more to Spring Traffic. Happen 56 1. Tucson's Bad Boy, Wheat Collector. There goes Classy A&I out of the 3-hole. Next in line is Kenny Tomar, followed by Grand 2 Boy, who's 5 behind. 2 more to Search for Gold. Another 2 more to Mr. Cooper as yet to get underway, followed by Spring Traffic. Gap of 3 back to Hurricane Sam, who's not going very well. Neither is Adam Quaiton at the tail end. They're on their way to 3/4, and Tucson's Bad Boy continues to show the way. It's 2 lengths. On the inside, Classy A&I races in second. 3 wide is Grand 2 Boy. 3/4, 1:25 2. Moving to the top of the stretch. This one is Tucson's Bad Boy. Tucson's Bad Boy opens up 2.5 lengths. Classy A&I, Kenny Tomar, and Grand 2 Boy, they're in the stretch. It's Tucson's Bad Boy, who now widens the margin to 3 lengths. Classy A&I races in second. Late bid on the outside coming from Search for Gold, but nobody's going to get to Tucson's Bad Boy. Tucson's Bad Boy, Classy A&I holding off Search for Gold for the place. There's now official back in the winner's circle. 5 Tucson's Bad Boy, second win of the season for the son of Tucson Hanover from Oriental Pearl by Falcon Almahurst, owned by Larry and Deborah Sears of Delaware. Ron Potter trains. Mike Wilder drives 1:55 4, an eye-opening mile, a new lifetime mark for the 3-year-old Tucson's Bad Boy. 5-1 exact, it comes back 1:05.60 in the triple 5-1-4, 7:02.40. Trotters on the course for tonight's feature. Here's the field. Number 1 is Squire 1. Under lease to James Cruz with Randy Tharps. 2 Coulter, owned by Davis and Snyder, Chip Noble. 3 Carpet Grift, owned by Jerry Bookmeyer in the Woody Stable with Brad Hanners. 4 Active Jim, owned by John and Robert Melsheimer with Dave Rankin. 5 Ada Sonata, under lease to the Gusty Stable, trained by Debbie Boudon, Dave Hawk the driver. And the 6 YFT on Badijo Racing, Joe Pavia Jr. is in the sulky. Less than 6 minutes until post time. Moving out of the turn into the backstretch, there they go. And they're off. It's Active Jim out fast for the lead with YFT way out wide. Squire One gets away third. Alongside Carpet Grip is fourth, followed by Coulter, and Ada Sonata is the early trailer as the field of six moves to the top of the stretch for the first time. And it is Active Jim and Dave Rankin. They grab the early lead. YFT was looking to maybe settle into second, now continues to drive up on the outside. Squire One is back to third, two farther back to Coulter, Carpet Griff, and Ada Sonata, and they're by the opening quarter in 28 2/5. Passing the stands for the first time, and it is Joe Pavia and YFT. They take over the top spot, open up 2.5 lengths. There's Active Jim out of the pocket to retake. Squire One tightens up there, racing in third. Two back Coulter is fourth. Next up is Carpet Griff, followed by Ada Sonata, who's into the outer flow as they move around the clubhouse turn on their way to the half-mile pole. And it is Active Jim on top of the field. Active Jim now has a challenge from Squire One and Randy Tharps on the outside. YFT is third through a half in 57 4. Then it's 3 lengths farther back to Coulter, off stride Carpet Griff, and Ada Sonata comes through at the inside, but still trails about 8 behind. They've got just over 3/8 remaining, and it is Active Jim on top 3 parts of a length. Squire One flanking the leader from second. YFT is tightening the gap third. 3 farther back to Coulter racing in fourth. Ada Sonata starts to get underway with 4 to make up, and then far back trotting is Carpet Griff. They're at the 3/4. It's Active Jim on top. Active Jim puts away Squire One in 127 flat. Moving to the top of the stretch, Active Jim on top just over length. YFT is out for the challenge in second. Ada Sonata's off stride on the far outside. Coulter is 3 farther back. It's a 2-horse race to the wire, and they're in the stretch. It's Active Jim on top. Active Jim by a length and a half. YFT trying to wear the leader down. It's between these two. Active Jim, YFT on the outside. Active Jim holding on. YFT and Coulter third. Even, try 462, 54.60. Lifetime best mile for Active Jim. And the 8th win of the season for the 5-year-old son of Speed in Action from You and Me by Super Bowl. Owned by John and Robert Melsheimer of Zanesville. Dave Rankin, the trainer driver. Active Jim, 156 2. Here's your rundown for the 8th race. Squire One fourth, Coulter third, Carpet Griff sixth. Here's a look at the field. The 1 is Gerald's Falcon owned by Donald Lane with Dave Hawk. 2 is Morris Wayne Henry's Tell It to the Judge and Charlie Neff. 3, Mike Donovan owned by Arlington Rhodes Jr., Bob Harper. 4 is Scooter Blue Boy owned by Howard Wallace with Kevin Sizer. 5, Diefenbaker owned by Tom Lamb with Randy Tharps. 6 horse is Weening's Business owned by Jan McPherson with Jamie Dunlap. 7 is Noble Style owned by Alonzo Willis with Mike Wilder. The 8 is Magic Laugh owned by Earl Zerfus Jr., Walter Ferguson Jr. 9, Mac McNish owned by Paver, and Paver, Don Feaster. And number 10 is RW's Out of Towner owned by Dirk Steinman. Trainer Sandy Beatty is in the sulky. Less than 7 minutes to post. They're at the starting gate, and the starting gate is rolling. Field of 10, there they go. And they're off. Tell It to the Judge is out fast with Gerald's Falcon from the inside. Diefenbaker from the center gets away third. 2 back, Scooter Blue Boy is fourth. Alongside is Mac McNish, followed by RW's Out of Towner. And then it's 2 lengths back to Mike Donovan. Weening's Business settles in with Noble Style and Magic Laugh. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time, it's Hawk and Gerald's Falcon. They've got the lead a length and a half. Tell It to the Judge in the pocket second. 2 back to Diefenbaker, followed by Scooter Blue Boy, RW's Out of Towner, and Mac McNish thereby the opening quarter in 28 seconds flat. Passing the stands for the first time, 7-2 shot. Gerald's Falcon is on top by 2 lengths. Tell It to the Judge is in the pocket second. 2 more Diefenbaker, followed by Scooter Blue Boy, an unhurried fourth. There goes Diefenbaker to the outside. Next is RW's Out of Towner, then 2 back to Mac McNish, followed by Mike Donovan, who angles back to the inside. Noble Style being hustled up early. Then it's Weeneen's Business and Magic Laugh. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Gerald's Falcon leads just over a length from Diefenbaker in 58 seconds flat. Tell It to the Judge just in behind, racing in third. Second over, there's Scooter Blue Boy, gapping just a bit in fourth. Next in line, it's RW's Out of Towner. To the inside is Mac McNish. 3 wide is Noble Style, just 3.5 off the pace. 2 more to Weeneen's Business, who's being asked for some run there. And then it's back to the inside, Mike Donovan, and 2 more to Magic Laugh. They're on their way to 3/4. On top, it's Gerald's Falcon by just a nose. Diefenbaker pressures in 1, 26-3. 28-3 on the third split as they move to the top of the stretch. And Diefenbaker trying real hard to wear down Gerald's Falcon. There goes Tell It to the Judge out 3 deep from third. 2.5 back to RW's Out of Towner and an empty Mac McNish there in the lane. It's Diefenbaker's short lead. Outside, Tell It to the Judge with Gerald's Falcon and RW's Out of Towner. It is Diefenbaker on top. Tell It to the Judge is drifting wide, but it's going to be Diefenbaker, Tell It to the Judge, and Gerald's Falcon third. Diefenbaker, the winner of tonight's 9th race, is a 4-year-old son of Nuclear Siren from Who's Happy by Most Happy Fella, owned and trained by Tom Lamb of Paulding. Randy Tharps in the bike. Diefenbaker in 1:55-3, new lifetime mark. Here they are for the 10th. The 1 is Scratch. The 2 is Scott Allen Michael, owned by Johnson Hill Jr. with Randy Tharps. 3, RK Scoot and Beamer, owned by Karen and Richard Graham, Don Feaster. 4 is Gary Adams, Tucson Guy, and Dave Hawk. 5, Sharp Steve, owned by John Nelson Perrin with Brad Hanners. 6 is Listener's Legacy, owned by the ATS Stables Incorporated. Julie Williams trains Kevin Sizer. 7 is FF Lass, owned by Isaacs and Isaacs, Bob Harper. The 8 is Always Gone, owned by Richard Lee Mabra and Bradley Brown, Terry Groves. 9, Clarence Gillum's Cornbread and Ralph Leagron. And the 10 is Bob's 4-Wheel Drive, owned by Allison Hensler with Mike Wilder. That's your field for the finale. Post time is in less than 7 minutes. Race, last call to wager. And they're off. Tucson Guy is out fast for the lead from alongside his Sharp Steve. Cornbread way out wide, gets away third. Scott Allen Michael fourth. Always Gone looks for a seat in fifth, followed by Bob's 4-Wheel Drive, and then it's RK's Scoot and Beamer. 2 more lengths back to Listener's Legacy, and FF Lass is the trailer. Moving to the top of the stretch, Sharp Steve and Hanners have the lead, but quickly on the outside, here comes Cornbread, and Cornbread takes over. Sharp Steve back to second. Tucson Guy is third as they pass the opening quarter. 27-1. Very fast for these as they parade past the stands for the first time with Cornbread showing the way. Cornbread by 2. Sharp Steve is second. 2 more back. Tucson Guy is third. Length and a half. Scott Allen Michael fourth, followed by Bob's 4-Wheel Drive as an unhurried fifth, looking to pick up cover there, but now he goes first up. Always Gone picks up that cover, followed by RK Scoop and Beamer, and then it's Listener's Legacy second last, and FF Lass is the trailer. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Cornbread leads 3 parts. There's Bob's 4-Wheel Drive with a strong brush on the outside through a half in 57-1. Sharp Steve just in behind the top pair, racing in third. 2.5, Tucson Guy is fourth. 3 farther back, Scott Allen Michael struggles fifth. Always Gone retreats between horses sixth. 3 deep, Listener's Legacy still has about 10 to make up, followed by RK Scoot and Beamer, and then it's FF Lass who trails About 10 lengths cover the field as they move into the far turn. It's Cornbread on the inside. Bob's four-wheel drive still pressuring on the outside. Sharp Steve is a tight third in the pocket. 3/4 in 1:26 flat. Moving to the top of the stretch. It's Cornbread who continues on the lead. Sharp Steve regains second. Bob's four-wheel drive is dropping back on the outside third. Tucson Guy is fourth, followed by FF Lass, and they're in the stretch. Cornbread leads the way. Here's Sharp Steve out of the pocket. Tucson Guy flying up the inside. Tucson Guy with a ton of pace. He's just pouring it on and drawing away. Tucson Guy, it's going to be tight for second. Give it to Cornbread over Sharp Steve with FF Last fourth. Third win of the season for the 6-year-old Chestnut Gelding by Tucson Hanover from Lannis by landslide and by Gary Adams of Circleville. Jerry Kutchback, the trainer. Dave Hawk in the bike. 1:55 and 4. 10th race is now official. 4.9 exact of 51.20. Super 4.957. $8,310.80. Pick 3 of 3, 119.60. Back with the rundown in a moment. Always Gone, 9th. Cornbread, 2nd. Bob's four-wheel drive was 7th. Rundown from the top is Scratch 5, 8-1, 3-6.